everybody, it's Pat Gillis here. Tonight we're going to go over a few things about leading. First thing is that when you're leading a horse, pretty much always you lead from the left-hand side. Now I'm saying pretty much always, and I'm going to show you an exception afterwards, but we always lead from the left-hand side. The reason, in case you're wondering why so many things get done on the left-hand side of a horse, years and years ago in the Middle Ages, nobody would admit that they were left-handed, because if you were left-handed you were sinister and evil, and maybe a witch or something. So everybody was right-handed no matter how you felt about it. And so if you carried your sword over here, so you could grab it with your right hand, right? So that's what people did. Everybody wore their sword on this side. So if I was going to try to get on Spirit right now, my sword is going to hit him as I try to get on him, right? So that's really the only reason. It's just custom, tradition, whatever. And so you'll find that all of the attachments of head collars and things like that, they all deal on the left-hand side. And horses are pretty used to us working off the left-hand side as well. But it's just a custom, and I'm going to show you why in our barn sometimes we have to kind of break that custom. Okay, well here's an example of where I wouldn't walk on the left-hand side of a horse, because if I'm on the left-hand side, these guys theoretically could reach out and try to bite Spirit, and where is Spirit going to go? He's going to come on top of me to get away from them, and I can't blame him. So, all of our horses are used to us in this barn. In this situation, I'm always going to be between those horses and the horse that I'm leading. Because right now the horse is not going to bite me, but if they try to reach out to bite Spirit, he's going to step away and I'm not going to end up getting stepped on. So one of the things you want to think of is that it's always you should use two hands, okay? I like to have it so that my thumb is pointing down when I grab the lead, and then I turn my thumb back up top. That's how I hold the lead shank. That way, I've sort of got a little bit more control of the horse this way. And then I hold the excess in this hand. What you never want to do is wrap the lead around your hand, any way at all like this. Okay, if a horse were to pull right now, they'll break your hand, okay? So you want to make sure that you never are holding a lead with it wrapped around your hand this way. I don't generally hold the lead this way. Some people do, thumb on top. You can do it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't find I have as much control as when I point my thumb down, hold it this way, and then turn my hand up. That's just my personal preference. The other thing that you want to do is when the horse is leading with you, a lot of times you'll see people kind of go da-da-da-da-da. They'll be leading along like this and they're not paying any attention to the horse at all. I always want to be close enough that when I'm walking this way, I can see his ears, his eyes. I kind of can get an overall sense of what he's thinking. If I'm way up ahead of a horse, first of all, I don't know if he's coming behind me, which is never a good thing, and I don't know what he's thinking. He could be, there could be another horse coming up behind him that he's about to kick or something. I have no idea because I'm way up here leading the horse. The horse really should walk with you. And I just want to add something too. You'll see sometimes people do this when they walk a horse. They'll hold really tight, really close to the head collar. Like as if somehow this horse couldn't just lift me off the ground if he wanted to, okay? So don't be all tight with a horse like that. The horse should walk in a civilized manner beside you this way, right? And my ability to hang on tight is not going to stop this horse if he decided to do something. So when you turn a horse, if I end up wanting to go that way, there's two ways to do this. One is the wrong way and one's the right way. So I'm going to show you the wrong way first, and you're going to see where his and my feet get a little bit too close together. Okay, so we're going to walk this way, and then I'm going to turn, and try to go to the left now, and I'm going to bring him along with me. And look at our feet. Like we're getting a little bit close together. Okay? So you can see that it would be pretty easy to get stepped on the way I turned the last time. So the way you really should turn a horse is always away from you, okay? So I'm going to show you with Spirit. So we're walking this way. If I want to turn and go back towards the back door, I'm going to turn the horse away from me. And so now the worst case scenario, if anybody's stepping on anybody, I would accidentally step on his feet. When I'm I'm walking beside a horse, if my horse starts to look over there, so in other words, he turns his head, he's not very interested in looking over there, and he looks over there, chances of my getting stepped on are pretty good. Because when the horse throws his head that way to look at something, he's going to step this way to regain his balance, and there's where my foot is, right? So I want to make sure if a horse starts to look away for something like that, I want to start watching where my feet are, right? Because that's usually when you're going to get stepped on. Wow. So that's it for this week. It's just some simple things, some simple tips about leading a horse. Again, remember the horse should always be happy to work with you, and we'll see you next week, and remember to thank your horse.